So today I'm taking a trip to the world of acid death fantasy, and we're going to explore that strange world with a couple of characters we've rolled up from these backgrounds here. So we have Karatark, who is a tortoise dweller survivor. The giant tortoise he and his people lived on was killed by some circumstance, and so he is now without a people and he is seeking revenge. And we have Savina, who is a wasteland wanderer, and basically her story is that she could hail from the wastes or a less powerful sultanate. She was raised eating snake eggs and worshipping spirits. She might have been a nomadic or settled in a village, and she distrusts city folk, and but may covet their wealth and luxury. She might be the last survivor of her people, forever destined to wander. So those backgrounds give us all our skills and our items, as well as the standard items we start with. And yes, I'm using Troika. Some people don't like Troika. It's basically advanced fighting fantasy, but with a few changes. And I'm not pleased with the last Kickstarter I took part in, but there's a lot of good in that game, as well as some of the strangeness. So I'm going to figure out why we're here. We've got 6 of charisma, 2 of charisma, and the 8 of intelligence. So these are just my D&D cards I use quite a bit, and I'll find out what these cards mean. So the 6 of charisma is giving and receiving fully while not sacrificing your values or exhausting your energy, or an old mariner tells you the precise location of a legendary shipwreck off the coast. That sounds intriguing because there are some big old ruins in this world, so that might be good. The 2 of charisma is our ability to manage our time with grace and ease by getting clear on our priorities. Or a group of Viking warriors are in a longboat. They claim to have found a way to the river Styx, and they're going to fight devils. Still, it's sort of a boat thing, but yeah, we'll see how we feel about the boats. Finding things in lost ruins sounds pretty cool. The 8 of intelligence is untangling ourselves from guilty thoughts and self-punishment. Or a nearby village has been invaded by the drow and seeks aid. So I like the idea of going off to explore some kind of ruin in the desert, maybe, in order to find riches. Perhaps Savina wants to buy her way into one of the sultanates to experience its awesomeness. So I think Karatark and Savina have met on this oasis, perhaps, where the merchants let their animals drink. And we're going to roll a couple of entries on this chart here, see how we've met up. 22 is request, and 42 is request omen. And perhaps this seer has told us that we have some kind of shared destiny up in these ruins here. So if we go and explore them, we might find something that will change the course of our lives here. We have some ruins over here as well, which are possibly giant machines. And we have this down here, but I think that's where we're going to go. We're going to head towards this forest, perhaps along this road here, and then we'll head off towards one of these structures, these huge structures. So as we head for the desert road, this is on my solo reference sheet as a little chart, but I'm just going to roll my big ridiculous wooden die here to see what we might encounter. A monster. Okay, so I think I'm going to roll on the enemies table in here. Red is going to be 10s, and we'll just find out what we come across. So 65. Let's have a look at the enemies section. Oh gosh. 65 could be Gorilla Droid. The rubble is littered with bands of these droids, a spiteful move from the old world. Machines dedicated to ensuring none may dwell there in peace. Okay, let's find a droid. So, Savina has an awareness of 8, so I'm going to make her do an awareness roll. Oh, okay. We've been blundering along, and it has become aware of us. So, yeah, let's roll what kind of thing it's doing. Poisoning water and food supply. Okay. So perhaps it was that some kind of, while we were at the oasis, maybe it came stomping along as we were setting out, and started, or perhaps it's a different oasis, and it started poisoning the water going towards the sultanates. So, damage as per a laser rifle. The laser rifle is not in any book, but if you find it, it says damage as a fusil. So it could have just said that on his entry. Anyway, so let's find out what happens first. Who goes first? Karatak. We don't have any missile weapons, so we can climb. We've got the climb skill, so maybe we can use our climb skill to sneak down without getting hit. So we've got 8 for our climb skill. So trying to use your skills creatively is what Advanced Fighting Fantasy is all about. Yes, we make it. We managed to sneak down here, and he will not be able to hit us on his first attack. This one, so he's going to try and shoot at Savina. Now his skill is 9. And Savina's defensive skill, or basically basic skill, is 6. So let's see what she gets. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's not going to struggle to beat that. And his fusil does 18 damage. Three stamina left. Okay. Savina is going to duck back down behind these rocks because that's not gone well. Okay. Savina goes next. She will continue to hide, basically. This is going to start stomping on here, and now as it gets nearer it can probably see Karatak, and that's the end of the round. It didn't go well, so we'll see how we get on next. Karatak. Yes, he's going to leap up with his spear. His armour is not going to do him much good because his laser rifle goes straight through it. So with our sword fighting, spear fighting, because we don't have a sword. This is around 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And the robot rolls less. So we roll on our spear chart 5. I'll just check his armour. His armour is 2, so we go down to 3, and we still do 6 damage, so not bad. Okay. Oh, the enemy will retaliate. So, yeah. Let's just roll. He's kind of using a ranged weapon, but he's just right next to me. It doesn't make any sense to do that. So as it swings for me, I'm going to use my sword fighting to... it just says the damage is a laser rifle, so let's go. I'll roll my dice. Wow, that's good. And he does not beat me, so I roll this and take away... Oh gosh. Take away 2, but still it's 4 damage for the spear. And that defeats it. So, you know, with Fighting Fantasy type games, even though it was the enemy's turn, I was still able to beat it and do it damage. So, Savina comes down. Karatark is going to scavenge this droid because he was poisoning the water supply, so let us nick his poison. That might be useful to us in the future. So we're going to have to... yes, Savina's really not well, so she's going to eat one of her rations and recover 3 stamina. But I think it might be worth staying the night here and trying to recover more. So if we can find a nook in the caves, we'll yes, rest up before we carry on the journey. So as we now head towards the trees and enter the forest, we shall see what kind of encounter awaits us here. Oh, a mystery. So if I grab Table Fables 2 and look on the road events and encounters, or wilderness type things, let's roll and see what happens. 94, what kind of encounter have we got? A mound of mossy boulders rumbles into life. Earth falls from the body of a stone golem, constructed in the likeness of a huge and elegant elk. So some kind of elemental or underground dwelling creature. I guess in this... it wouldn't be a sandworm here because we're not in the desert, but some kind of huge underground creature has emerged. So we have a rock borer, and it's not a monster encounter, it's a mystery. So if we look here, let's find out what he's doing. 3, he's lurking. So he's perhaps lurking at the mouth of a cave he's just dug. So he's just climbed out of here, and our mystery is where has he come from? And we look down into the tunnel, and let's have a look at our skills here. I think we can probably see that it's heading towards the ruins we're interested in. So perhaps this will enable us to get to the ruins underground and avoid any unpleasant encounters above ground, because this is his tunnel that he's just dug. There's not going to be anything anything else in there at this point. So while he's just lurking about, he's having a rest perhaps, because he's just been doing a lot of digging, and we are going to give him one of our provisions, I think, and as a thank you, and then we will climb into the tunnel, and hopefully it will lead us to the ruins we're looking for. And by the looks of it, I think we're there. So let's do another encounter roll, see what kind of thing we get. A clue. So this will be a clue to the treasure that we're looking for, the very valuable stuff that we're after. So I'll see what we can conjure up with our little oracle here. 18 is assert. 23 is trap. No? Yeah, assert trap. So the thing that we're trying to find is some kind of elaborate trap, maybe. Perhaps some kind of energy cage to contain enemies that is perhaps portable, like a Ghostbuster trap or something. And the Sultanates would pay a great deal of money to have some kind of elaborate energy weapon like that. So we come out into this room and we find some information about that. Now I'm going to have a look at these this wacky chart here, and trying to roll a couple of icons, see what they turn up with. So down the side first, 8, and across the top, 8 and 8. Some kind of hand thing. Perhaps some kind of hand motion. Let's roll another one. And down the side, 8 and 3. Some kind of hand motion. So it's, yeah, animal tracks. Perhaps it was initially designed to trap animals, but it can be used to trap people. So this is some kind of wildlife research place, maybe, or something like that. Perhaps it was intended to trap really powerful creatures, maybe. But yeah, let's roll one more, see if 8 again. No, we rolled that before. Let's start again. 11, and what is up with these doubles? Target. So perhaps there are indicators or signs or something showing us where the cool stuff is, where the labs are, where they keep all the best bits and pieces. So we shall continue into this building and have a look. So as we start to wander through, I think Savina is going to eat another one of her provisions, try and build her stamina back up by 3. So she's up to 16 after that big fight with the robot. Okay, and as a wasteland wanderer, she gets more stamina, more provisions than usual. So what do we find here? An NPC. Now, as this is an ancient ruin, I think it's either going to be a robot or a hologram. So I'm going to go with hologram, and I'm going to roll my NPC reactions to see how he's going to treat us. He is happy to see us. So, what's his deal then? he's probably going to say stuff along the lines of, intelligent beings at last. I've been so miserable here, just having no one to talk to. People rarely come in here, and this place used to be so full of life and vibrance and research and knowledge, and it is all just a ruin now, an empty shell of what it once was, and I simply have no one to talk to. So I think Karatark and Savina, they want the cool thing that they've been told about. But yeah, Savina will perhaps say, and would you like to share this knowledge with others, the surface dwellers now who live above on the planet? Would he like to share that knowledge? I think he probably would, to be honest. So I shall use this share, meaning give, obviously. So I think it's possible. I think it's perhaps likely, but he's not thinking, I'll give you all the stuff. He's just thinking, yes, I'd like to share the knowledge. So I'm going to add a +3 to this. That's 17. Yes. Big old yes. Please show us around the amazing things you have here. We are particularly interested in a particular item for entrapping creatures as some kind of energy cage. So does he know? He probably will. So I'll give this a +3 as well, I think. Do you know of this particular energy device? 16. Yes. So let's see if we can take possession of it. So if this is the MacGuffin, I'm feeling a little suspicious that he'd be so willing. Is he trying to trick us? Yes. Yes. Because I was thinking he's using this to trap people who come in here. And perhaps he's doing experiments on them, perhaps he's using them to power the remaining energy within this facility, ruined though it is. So he's using this device to tempt people in and trap them. Now, I'm going to roll for Savina's awareness. Oops, which is 8. 7. She is suddenly suspicious of this character, and she signals to Karatark that he may not be legit. Now, he is going to open the door for us to go in, and he's sort of standing beside the door, motioning that we should go in first. And Savina will sort of tap Karatark on the arm as an indication that, yeah, there has to be another way to do this. She thinks if we go in there, he's going to set that off remotely somehow, that trap. And, yeah, we need to think of a way to get out of this. Oh no, this is your facility. You go first. We would like you to explain it to us and show us how it works, who developed it, and how it was created. Oh no, I insist. You go first. After you, Claude. I must insist. So, I think it's going to kick off. So we definitely don't want the fight to go into there because he's somehow able to operate that trap remotely. So we shall see what happens first. Carrot Arc. You shall go to strike with his spear. I'm going to give him a skill of 9 and a stamina of 9. Seemed like a good thing. I'll give him the Fusil for his damage as well, because he's clearly some kind of powerful creature if he still existed here. So let's roll for our spear fighting. 7, and he rolls, and we beat him on that one. So we roll for our spear. That is a 6. Wow. So we roll. Oh my gosh, I can't see it on the chart. Okay, it's an 8. I'm going to give him light armor. Oh wow, we about killed him. So he's down to 2. But it's not over yet because in Troika it's all about swings and roundabouts. So end of round. Okay. Let's start the next round. Hey Troika, you weird, you crazy. Enemy, he attacks. And quite a narrow corridor, so he's definitely going for Carrot Arc. He rolls a... oh gosh, that's loads. And what do we roll? Probably not that. Yes, so he rolls the Fusil damage. Take away 1. No, actually, with the Fusil the damage is ignored. Oh my gosh, that's 18 damage. He's down to 1. That is horrendous. So, Savina, what could she do? Charge in with her spear, no doubt. He could test his luck to reduce the damage, which I'll remember to do for the moment. Yeah, not in this game. You test luck to add to your damage, not to reduce damage done to you. So yes, I'll stop distracting myself and adds an 8. She does 8, 9, 10, 15. What does he roll? Adds to a 9. Oh gosh. He beats it by 1. With his Fusil, he does 2 damage. Could have been a lot worse. Ugh. Who's going to attack? 1 to 3, it's Carrot Arc. No, he goes for Savina because she's just hit him. That makes sense. He rolls, I'll roll for him. 9 plus 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Can she beat that with her spear fighting of 8? No! He rolls for his damage. That is 4. That is 6 damage. She's down to 8. End of round. This is too tense and we are dying too much. Enemy. Is it 4 to 6? It's Savina. Yes, it is. So he rolls, adds a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. She has 8 and adds... yes, that's the stuff. So with her spear, she does 8 damage to him. He is unfortunately, he bursts into a shower of sparks, and that is the end. So, our heroes go in and get the MacGuffin. So, as we head back to possibly the most northerly sultanate, we head to the market and we find a familiar face waiting for us at the place where they buy expensive oddments, and she accepts our item and pays us a mighty amount of money for it. Now, what she wants with that item is another matter, but we have certainly made ourselves perhaps a helpful contact, and an awful lot of money to be going on with.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe!